Let's discuss about the absolute configuration. So what do you mean by this absolute configuration? So that is, we are going to see the structure. This is called glyceraldehyde, right? Both are same chemical formula will be there. So right, so this is called glyceraldehyde, and in this absolute configuration, we are going to use the one word that is called capital letter D and capital letter L. So what it does that? We are going to introducing this system based on the position of the substituent group on the asymmetric carbon atom. So this is asymmetric carbon atom. So asymmetric means, so when you are looking over this carbon, right? So asymmetric means four different groups which are going to be attached to the one carbon, that is called asymmetric carbon atom. So you are looking in this carbon. So four different. This is the ideal functional group. This is one group. OH group, H group and CS2H. Four different groups which are attached to the same carbon. This is called asymmetric carbon atom. This is called asymmetric carbon atom. So in this compound, so the position of the OH group you are going to looking here. If the OH group is present on the right hand side of this asymmetric carbon atom, then we are going to name it as D-glyceraldehyde. If suppose OH group is written in the beside, that is called left side of this asymmetric carbon atom, we are going to name it as L-glyceraldehyde. So this is only one carbon will be there, we are going to judge here. What about in a molecule? They will be containing many numbers of the asymmetric carbon atoms. How we are going to judge that one? So we are going to take an example, that is called glucose. So this is called glucose, functional group aldehyde will be there. So I am going to assign this star mark, right? This star mark indicates that asymmetric carbon atom. This is asymmetric carbon atom because four different CHO, OH, H, and this will be one entire system. This is one group and another group. So this carbon you look at here. So this is one group different. This will be different. This will be different, right? So like this, four different groups are attached to these carbon atoms. Several carbon atoms. I am going to asymmetric will be written as star mark. So these are called asymmetric carbon atom. So in this case, what happens? How we are going to judge the position of the substituent group on the asymmetric carbon atom? Because so many, four asymmetric carbon atoms will be there. So in this time, we are going to take an account of this fifth carbon atom. We are going to take an account of the fifth carbon atom because this carbon is farthest away from this aldehyde like function group like aldehyde Q20 group. That's why we are going to consider this as the asymmetric carbon atom in this glucose molecule. So here the position of this OH group, this will be the right hand side of this asymmetric carbon atom. That's why we are going to name it as D-glucose. So why this happens? So when this will be happen, right? So in compounds containing a more number of asymmetric carbon atoms, that at that time we are going to D like this. So this is D-glucose. Let's discuss about the very important concept that is called cyclic structure of the glucose. So why we have to study this one? So before going to that one, so this is what a straight chain. This is called open chain structure of the glucose, right? So even though, so in this open chain structure, we are not going to study some more properties of this glucose, right? So in order to study some of the properties, so this glucose we are going to convert it into in cyclic form. So before going to this cyclic form, so I am going to discuss about some concept that is called hemiacetal. So this is called hemiacetal concept. What do you mean by this hemiacetal concept? Hemiacetal is nothing but the, so you know this aldehyde group, right? This is called carbonyl function, and now I am going to take the alcoholic function, that is called R-OH. So whenever this alcoholic group when it is going to react with, or when it is reacts with some carbonyl function containing this aldehyde or ketone, then what is the product we are obtaining? That is called hemiacetal. So what happens here? You know this carbonyl function. This is slightly beta positive charge. So lone pair of electron present on the alcohol, which is going to hit towards this carbonyl function. Now it becomes 5 bond. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So carbon is stable with 4 tetravalent, right? So that's why this bond migrates towards this O side. So now what is the remaining? R, C, O minus this H as it is, and this oxygen with new bond with the carbon, right? Why it is plus charge? Because oxygen is a trivalent is going to be formed here like this R dash. Now what happens? This is an unstable compound. right? So because oxygen is a divalent always, right? Now it is becoming a triple bond. So that's why in order to make this stable, this bond gets migrates towards this oxygen in order to remove this plus charge. While this electronegativity parameter of this oxygen and oxygen having the more electronegative, so it obstructs the bond pair of electron towards this oxygen. This eliminate as a H plus. Now this H plus will come and attack here. So that is what final I am going to write as like this. R C, this is called O R dash. This will be the H as it is, and this H comes here, O minus, now becomes OH. So this is called hemiacetal compound. Hemiacetal means when alcoholic group which is going to attack the carbonyl function of any aldehyde or ketone product, we are going to call as hemiacetal. So like this, by using this concept of this hemiacetal, we are going to convert this glucose into cyclic form. So same you are going to see here. So this will be the aldehyde as a function. This is the function group, right? Carbon function, like this will be there. C double bond group will be there, like this, right? And ROH, where is OH? So now I am going to take this OH, right? ROH, like this. What happens? This ROH, it is going to react with carbonyl function. We are going to make its form as in like this. CHOH, like this form will take place here. Like this form, which is going to take place now in the form of this hemiacetal of the. Now it becomes, this is hemiacetal. When this glucose convert in cyclic form, that is called cyclic hemiacetal. So what makes like this? Let's see here. This lone pair of electrons on this oxygen atom, which is going to directly hit towards this carbonyl function. So we are going to obtain the two products. So this glucose we have seen in the absolute configuration. So this is called D-glucose, right? So because of this asymmetric carbon atom, so the right hand side OH group will be attached to this asymmetric carbon atom, that is called D-glucose. So the product what we got here, these two structures, they are also called as the D-glucose, right? D-glucose. And we are obtaining the two products. One is called alpha and another is called beta. How we will obtain this one? So here, so while calling the number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I mean the fifth carbon, right? Fifth carbon to which this carbon, the OH group is attached to this fifth carbon, which is going to attack with this carbonyl function of this aldehyde group, as you have seen in the hemiacetal formation. So when this utilizes, it is going to make a new bond with this carbon function. So now what happens? This conversion of this CHO unit into CHOH, like this. CHOH, like this. The fifth position of the carbon, which is contained in the OH group, it acts as the alcohol, which is going to react with the carbonyl group of this aldehyde. We are going to convert it CHO into like this. CHOH will be there. So this is, now it is going to make a form as the cyclic hemiacetal, which contain in the 6-membered ring. So that 6-membered ring we are going to discuss in the Haworth structure. So like this we are going to represent here. So this is called cyclic structure. So this is called cyclic one will be there. So that is called 6-membered ring, right? So instead of one carbon atom, here oxygen atom will be there, along with conversion of this CHO unit into CHOH will be there. In this structure, the molecule with OH group, which is attached at this first carbon, we are going to consider here. At this first carbon, this OH group is going to write on the right hand side, that is called alpha D-glucose. D-glucose means like this will be there. This is the main parent chain, D-glucose. So while writing the OH group, which is beside this carbon, first carbon, that is called alpha D-glucose. Whereas here, writing this OH group, left hand side of this carbon, that is called the beta D-glucose. So this position, this carbon 1 position, we are going to call as the anomeric center. That is called anomeric center. At this center of this first carbon, the molecule OH molecule will be going to interexchangeable. So that is called, if two carbohydrates are obtained. So this is one carbohydrate, this is one carbohydrate. If two carbohydrates are obtained by changing their position of the OH group on this carbon, that is called first carbon, that is called anomers. So here this alpha D-glucose will be the anomer, as well as this beta D-glucose will be the anomer. So before going to study the Haworth structure, so Haworth structure will be in the form of the cyclic structure, right? So that's why we are going to study the furanose and pyranose. So you know that carbohydrates which are going to form the cyclic hemiacetal, right? Cyclic means their carbohydrates contain the 5-membered ring or 6-membered ring. So this 5-membered ring we are going to call this as a furan, and this is 6-membered ring. This is called 6-membered ring. We are going to call as the pyran. If the carbohydrates contain the 5-membered ring along with oxygen, that we are going to call as furanose. If the carbohydrates contain the 6-membered ring along with this oxygen, right, heteroatom, that we are going to call as the pyranose. So we are going to take an account of this pyranose. We are going to use this pyranose because our D-glucose that has formed, right, that is conversion of that CHO to CHOH, right, and the fifth position of this OH group, when it is going to attack with carbon function, we are going to obtain the 6-membered ring of the hemiacetal. So that's why we are going to take an account of this pyran, or this is pyranose. We are going to introduce it in the Haworth structure of the glucose. So come to the last part of the carbohydrates chapter that is called the Haworth structure of the glucose. Haworth structure means the conversion of the Fischer form of the glucose into Haworth, that is called cyclic form. So this is in the Fischer form of the alpha D glucose, this is in the Fischer form of the beta D glucose. Now I am going to convert into the cyclic form. That is because you know this one, when this glucose, what happens, this OH group reacts with the carbon function of the aldehyde group, that is going to form a 6-membered cyclic hemiacetal form, right? So that is called 6-membered ring means I am going to take the use of the pyranose like this. Now I am going to write pyranose. This is a 6-membered ring, right? So now see the position of this one. This oxygen which is going to link with this first carbon, right? First carbon along with the fifth carbon, right? This is called fifth carbon, this is called sixth carbon. So this oxygen which is going to link with this first carbon as well as the fifth carbon. Now I am going to take here. This oxygen is linked with, so this is called first carbon. I am going to naming here oxygen 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is fifth position. First carbon containing the, what is that? That is HOH. By using that one, HOH. What is the second carbon? This is second carbon. That is HOH. What about the third carbon? OHH. OHH. What about the fourth carbon? HOH. HOH. What about the fifth carbon atom? CH2OH. H. I am going to write like this. CH2OH. So this is called 6th carbon. Its name is called alpha D gluco. Because of the 6-membered ring, I am going to name it as pyranose. Similarly, I am going to convert this picture into the cyclic hemiacetal form of the 6-membered ring. So first I am going to write the pyranose. Because the carbohydrates contain the 6-membered ring, that is called pyranose. So here I am going to name here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 here. I am also naming here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So everything is same as this only, but only we are going to change their position, right? The first position is containing now OH group. OH, and similarly as it is, everything will be same will be there. By doing this one we should write HOH. Everything will be same. Fourth position HOH. Fifth position same as this one CH2OH H. So its name is called beta D gluco pyranose. So this is the Haworth structure of the that is in the cyclic form of the glucose. So they contain the 6-membered ring. So they are going to form the cyclic hemiacetal ring.